Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today we're going way back in time,
Okay.
back to ancient Egypt.
Sounds good.
Have you ever just stood
Mm.
like at the bottom of a building and felt small?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now imagine that feeling
Right.
like times 1,000.
Wow.
That's what it's like to stand in front of the Great Pyramid of Giza.
I can't even imagine.
It is a seriously huge structure.
Yeah.
It was actually the tallest building in the world
Oh, wow.
for over 3,800 years.
That's incredible.
Could you even imagine that?
Nope.
Today, we are going to break down how this thing was built,
Okay.
all the crazy myths about it,
Mm-hmm.
and basically what it can tell us about the people who made it happen.
That's fascinating.
And to help us do that, we have a leading expert in this field,
Oh, great.
Professor Joyce Tilsley.
Hello. Happy to be here.
So get ready, everyone. We're about to unlock some seriously ancient secrets.
That's right. I mean, the scale of the pyramid is just mind-blowing.
It really is.
But I think it's really important to remember that this wasn't built overnight.
Right.
This represents like centuries
Wow.
of knowledge
Yeah.
and innovation.
In ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like just a burst of genius one day.
Right. It was a whole story.
It's a really long process.
Okay.
It really is like piecing together a detective story
Oh, cool.
from the past.
Yeah.
And we can actually trace the way that pyramids were built all the way back
Okay.
to some of the very first Egyptian kings.
Interesting.
And they were using these massive mud brick structures.
Mud brick.
Yeah.
That sounds,
I know it sounds basic, right?
yeah, little too basic for a pyramid.
It does, but they're really anything but simple. I mean, they were huge,
Okay.
really complex layouts.
Yeah.
And it's within these designs that we can actually see the very first pyramid shapes. It's
Interesting.
really mounds at the beginning
Okay.
that eventually hinted at these bigger structures
So they started small
and then got big.
and then got huge. And then as Egypt enters this period of stability and prosperity, during what we call the Third Dynasty, something really incredible happens.
What's that?
Step pyramids emerge.
The step pyramids.
Yes.
Those are so cool. Like
Right.
the step pyramid of Djoser
Exactly.
at Saqqara.
Yes.
They're
They're
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Like a giant staircase to heaven.
It is, and they represent this huge leap
Yeah.
forward
Right.
in design and engineering.
Wow.
But it's actually Sneferu,
Okay.
Khufu's father,
Right.
the pharaoh who commissioned the Great Pyramid.
Yeah.
It's with him that pyramid building really takes this dramatic turn.
Okay.
He built multiple pyramids.
Wait, he built multiple pyramids?
He did.
So Sneferu was
Well, he was driven,
a little obsessed.
you could say that,
Yeah.
to achieve this perfect pyramid.
Oh, wow.
And his efforts, even the ones that didn't quite go to plan,
Okay.
give us this invaluable insight into how the pyramids evolved.
That's really interesting.
And one example
Right.
is the bent pyramid.
The bent pyramid, what happened there?
So picture a pyramid
Okay.
that abruptly changes its angle halfway up.
Oh, wow.
It's visually striking,
Yeah.
and it really shows us the challenges and the learning curve
Right. Yeah.
of building at such a monumental scale.
So they basically messed up and had to change it.
Well, some theories suggest that structural issues
Okay.
might have forced them to alter the angle
Gotcha.
while they were building.
So a little bit of an architectural oopsie?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
But Sneferu didn't give up.
Oh, good.
He went on to build another pyramid,
Okay.
the Red Pyramid,
Okay.
this time with a shallower angle,
Right.
probably to avoid those problems
That makes sense.
that he encountered with the Bent Pyramid.
Okay.
So basically, all his experimentation
Yeah.
laid the groundwork for his son,
Right.
Khufu.
To create the masterpiece that we know today as the Great Pyramid. So in a way, Sneferu was like the unsung hero
He was
of pyramid building.
definitely.
Okay, so we have Sneferu.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of paved the way for
Right.
Khufu's vision.
Exactly.
But who was Khufu,
Right.
the pharaoh behind this marvel? Was
Ooh.
he really a tyrant?
That's the question, isn't it? And
Hmm.
that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
We have to look at so many different
Gosh.
layers of
Yeah.
historical interpretation to
Okay.
understand the real Khufu.
Okay.
And the image of him as this cruel dictator
Right?
that was popularized a lot later by
Okay.
figures like Herodotus,
Okay.
a Greek historian who visited Egypt
Uh-huh.
centuries after Khufu.
So we're talking about like,
Ancient gossip,
yeah.
potentially really skewed
Aye.
by time and cultural bias.
Interesting.
Because Herodotus really relied on oral traditions and
Around-
his own interpretations, which might not have been completely accurate. When we examine the evidence that was around at the time of his reign,
Okay.
a more nuanced picture emerges.
Okay.
We see a powerful and effective ruler
Yeah.
capable of managing huge resources
Right.
and a really complex bureaucracy.
To achieve something truly remarkable.
Exactly.
So basically, to understand Khufu, we should focus on what he did.
Yes.
And his achievements.
Right. And the scale and the precision of the Great Pyramid
Right.
really speaks volumes about his character
Yeah.
and his reign.
Interesting.
It reflects a leader who obviously possessed huge resources,
Right.
but also the vision, the ambition, the
Yeah.
leadership to inspire a nation.
To do something amazing.
Exactly. And we also can't forget that really important role played by Sneferu's legacy,
Right.
his ambition and his relentless experimentation.
Yeah.
They were the stepping stones
Yeah.
that allowed Khufu to reach such heights
Interesting.
without Sneferu's failures.
Right.
The Great Pyramid, as we know it,
Yeah.
might not exist.
That's a cool way to look at it.
Yeah,
So it challenges the idea of like a single genius.
it does.
And shows that it's important to learn
Yeah.
from the people who came before.
Exactly.
I like that.
So we have Khufu,
Yep.
this ambitious pharaoh.
Right.
We know how he benefited from his dad,
Yeah.
but why choose Giza?
Yeah. Why Giza?
Why that spot?
Yeah.
What made it so special? Well, imagine you're a pharaoh
Okay.
about to start this huge construction project.
Okay. I'm imagining it.
Location
Yeah.
is everything.
It really is.
And Giza
Yep.
offers the perfect blend
Okay.
of strategic advantages.
Give us the ancient Egyptian real estate pitch.
All right, so first and foremost,
Okay.
you have solid bedrock,
Okay.
which is crucial for a building this big.
Right.
Then you have the location being close to resources,
Like what?
limestone quarries, which were nearby.
Okay.
And let's not forget the Nile, the
Yes.
lifeblood of ancient Egypt.
Giza was right there.
Right,
Had great transport links.
right by the river.
So you could move people,
Yeah,
materials.
supplies.
Yeah.
So it really was all about location.
Absolutely.
Even 4,500 years ago?
Location, location, location.
Not great.
And Giza was really close
Yeah.
to Khushu's capital city,
Okay.
which is where modern-day Cairo is.
Oh, wow.
So it was close to the center of power,
Yeah.
but still had all this open space.
So like a blank canvas
Yes,
for Khufu.
exactly.
So we have Khufu,
Mm-hmm.
we have the Giza Plateau.
Right.
Now the big question,
Yes.
how did they actually build this thing?
Right.
We're
Okay.
talking millions of tons of stone.
Yeah.
No modern technology.
It's really mind-boggling.
It is. It's really
The
mind-boggling.
logistics are just
Yeah.
staggering.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to coordinate a workforce
Right.
of tens of thousands of people
Yeah.
without cell phones,
Yeah.
without email,
Without anything.
not even the wheel as we know it.
Wow.
And this is where the ancient Egyptians
Yeah.
really excelled.
Okay.
They had a super efficient system
Okay.
of national service
Interesting.
and a very organized bureaucracy.
So no slave labor.
You know, the evidence really suggests that they had skilled workers
Okay.
from different parts of Egypt who
Interesting.
were organized
Yeah.
in these labor rotations.
So they would come.
So farmers, craftsmen, laborers,
Yeah.
they would all contribute their skills.
Okay.
They would work in shifts.
Okay.
Then they'd go home
Interesting.
after their service was complete.
So it was a collective national effort.
Yeah,
Really shows their organizational skills.
definitely.
Oh.
And fueling all of this was this complex network
Yeah.
of administrators, scribes, overseers.
Okay.
And we even have a glimpse into this logistical marvel
Okay.
thanks to the Red Sea Scroll.
Way to scroll.
Yeah,
Like an ancient diary.
it's a logbook
Wow.
that was discovered recently.
From someone who worked on the pyramid. Exactly.
Right.
And it actually documents the transportation of materials,
Oh.
including the fine white limestone that was used on the outer casing of the pyramid.
Wow.
So it's this firsthand account
Yeah.
of all these intricate processes.
That's incredible.
It's like someone from 4,500 years ago
Wow.
whispering secrets to us.
Yeah. So we have actual evidence
You do.
against the whole slave labor thing, it sounds like.
These were people
With-
with names, families, stories, not just slaves.
Working for some tyrant.
Right.
This is really cool.
And the level of organization and documentation
Yeah,
speaks volumes about ancient Egyptian society.
it really does.
So let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Okay, let's do it.
How did they actually move these stones?
Yeah.
I mean,
Were there like giant cranes?
right, were there
Some ancient forklifts?
some ancient
Oh,
forklifts?
we haven't discovered yet.
We haven't found it yet.
Okay, so tell me.
Well, it wasn't magic, but it might as well have been.
Okay.
They had copper tools,
Okay.
wooden sledges,
Mm-hmm.
ropes,
Mm-hmm.
and an incredible understanding of leverage and inclined planes.
Oh, ramps.
Ramps.
Like the ones we use to get furniture in a van.
Exactly, but massive.
Right.
Like really big.
Yeah.
We're not sure exactly what they looked like,
Right.
but they were essential
Okay.
for lifting all those blocks. So imagine teams of workers hauling these stones up gently sloping ramps, using rollers and levers to make things easier.
Could distribute the weight.
Yeah, it was backbreaking work.
It sounds like it.
But it just shows you what they could do.
Human collaboration.
Yeah.
I'm picturing it now.
Yeah.
These huge stones going up the ramps.
Yeah.
All these workers
guiding them.
Shouting signals.
He must have been incredible to see.
It really must have been something else.
And, these weren't slaves being forced to work. Right.
These were individuals working together, using their knowledge and their skills.
Oh, that's amazing.
To achieve something extraordinary.
It's very inspiring.
It is.
And it must have been dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Accidents were a constant threat.
Yeah.
And just the scale of it.
Yeah.
Must have been terrifying.
It must have been.
But also inspiring.
Definitely. So they have the ramps.
Yeah.
They're moving the stones.
Right.
But how do they make sure everything's lined up perfectly?
Right.
I mean, we're talking about a level of precision that's still impressive today.
Definitely.
And we have lasers and computers.
Right.
They had nothing.
Well,
so how did they do it?
That's where the Egyptians' mastery of astronomy and mathematics comes into play.
Interesting.
They were meticulous planners.
Yeah.
Using the stars, the sun, geometry.
Yeah.
To lay the foundation of the pyramid with incredible accuracy.
Wow.
They understood the Pythagorean theorem.
Way before Pythagoras.
Hold on, Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
In ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
I thought that was a Greek thing.
Well, the Greeks, they formalized it.
Okay.
They named it.
Yeah.
But the Egyptians understood those principles centuries before.
Wow.
They were master builders.
That's incredible.
Mathematicians, astronomers.
And their knowledge is basically in every part of the pyramid.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is.
They were so ahead of their time.
They really were.
Okay.
So they're laying the foundation, hauling the stones.
Lining everything up perfectly.
Yeah.
It really shows you how much planning.
It really does.
And precision went into this.
Yeah, it was a carefully orchestrated.
It wasn't just brute force.
No, it was like a symphony of skill and intellect.
Wow.
And as the pyramid got taller, they had to start thinking about the inside, the chambers, the passageways.
Because a pyramid's not just a solid mountain of stone.
Right.
It's got secret rooms, passages.
It's part of the mystery.
Yeah. So where do we begin with the inside?
Well,
what's it like?
Even the entrance was really clever.
Okay.
Concealed to keep out tomb robbers.
Well, that makes sense.
But as history tells us, it didn't really work.
Yeah. People always find a way.
They do.
Okay. So once you get past that secret entrance, what is the layout?
Okay.
How's it look?
You go into this descending passage that leads you down to this subterranean chamber.
Okay.
It's rough.
Okay.
And it looks unfinished.
Interesting.
And some people think this chamber might have been connected to the underworld.
The underworld.
Symbolically.
Right.
Perhaps to the god Osiris.
Osiris, the god of the underworld.
Yeah.
So even the deepest, darkest parts of this pyramid have religious significance.
Exactly. They thought about everything.
Wow.
From the way the pyramid was pointed to the way the chambers were laid out.
Wow. Everything was considered.
So they didn't just throw this thing together.
Oh, no.
It was all planned out.
Very carefully.
Very carefully planned out.
But the journey doesn't end there.
Okay.
If you go up instead of down, you hit a fork in the passage.
A fork in the road.
It is. Which way do we go?
Which way do we go? What do we do?
One path leads to what we call the Queen's Chamber.
Okay.
But that name is a bit misleading.
Okay.
It probably wasn't for a queen.
Oh, so what was it for?
We don't know for sure.
Okay.
But some people think it might have been a serdab.
A serdab.
Yeah, a chamber that housed a statue of the king.
Okay.
But the other path takes you on a much grander journey.
A grander journey. I'm in. Let's go.
Okay, great choice.
Yeah.
So you would enter the Grand Gallery.
Okay.
It's breathtaking.
Okay.
Imagine a long, narrow corridor.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
And the walls are sloping inwards.
Wow.
And it's lined with huge blocks of stone. And it's leading upwards.
To the heart of the pyramid.
That sounds intense.
It is.
It's like an Indiana Jones movie.
It is.
Okay.
It's a space that evokes both awe and mystery.
And at the end?
At the end.
The king's chamber.
Yes, the final resting place.
Okay, we made it.
Of Khufu himself.
The inner sanctum. Yeah. What's in there?
Yeah.
Is there treasure?
No treasure, unfortunately. It was looted a long time ago.
Oh, bummer.
But there is a massive stone sarcophagus.
Okay.
The only thing big enough
How?
to have been put there during construction.
So this sarcophagus has been sitting there for over 4,500 years.
Yeah.
Just guarding the secrets of the pharaoh.
That's right.
That's amazing.
It is.
But if they sealed the pyramid
right
after Khufu was buried,
yeah,
how did anyone get out?
Well,
are they trapped?
That's where the well comes in.
The well?
Yeah, it's this narrow passage that connects the grand gallery to the descending passage. And we think that was the escape route for the people who sealed the king's chamber.
Okay.
So they would have climbed down back to the entrance.
They weren't entombed alive?
No, they weren't.
Okay, good.
So they could get out.
I was worried about them for a second.
No, they were fine.
Okay, good.
But what about those air shafts?
Yeah, the air shafts.
You've heard about those, right?
Yeah, were they just for ventilation?
Well, that's one theory.
Okay.
But we don't know for sure.
Okay.
They connect the king's and queen's chambers to the outside, but they're not big enough for people.
Right.
So some people think they had a symbolic function.
Okay.
Maybe aligning with the stars.
Oh, that's cool.
So the pharaoh's soul could go up to heaven.
So they were like celestial portals.
That's amazing.
It is.
So every part of this pyramid was designed with a purpose.
Exactly.
It's credible.
It wasn't just a tomb.
Yeah.
It was a representation.
Right. Of their beliefs in the afterlife.
Yeah.
And their connection to the cosmos.
Wow. So was it only a tomb?
Right. Was it just a tomb? Or did it serve other purposes as well?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's a question that people have been thinking about.
For a long time.
For centuries.
Yeah.
But while the main purpose was a tomb, it was also a symbol of power, the pharaoh's authority, a statement to the world, a testament to Egypt's strength.
Interesting.
And don't forget, the pyramid itself was just one part of this whole complex.
Oh, right.
You had temples, causeways, tombs of officials.
Wow, so it was like a whole city.
It was an acropolis.
Yeah.
Dedicated to the pharaoh.
But it wasn't just about death.
No.
It was about life and power.
Right.
And the Egyptian state.
Exactly. The Great Pyramid was this microcosm of Egyptian society.
Wow.
Showing their beliefs, their values, their aspirations.
Yeah, much more than just a tomb. It was a symbol that went beyond death.
Yeah.
A beacon of power.
And a testament to human ingenuity.
Exactly.
For years to come.
And it didn't end with Khufu.
No.
No. His pyramid set a trend.
It did.
It did.
What happened next?
Well, his successors, Khafre and Menkaure, they also built pyramids.
At Giza.
At Giza.
Okay.
Creating the famous trio that we see today.
Yeah.
Khafre's pyramid is a bit smaller.
Okay.
But it's on higher ground.
Right.
So it looks bigger.
From certain angles?
Yeah. And it still has those top casing stones.
Oh, wow.
So we can see.
Like a glimpse.
What they look like.
Back in the day.
With that smooth, polished limestone.
Wow.
Menkaure's is the smallest.
Okay.
Maybe they had less resources. But they all have the same symbolism.
Okay.
The stairway to heaven.
Right.
The sun's rays. And the royal authority.
So pyramids were in during the Fourth Dynasty?
They were.
Did this pyramid mania last?
You know, they kept building pyramids for centuries.
Okay.
But with some changes, they experimented with different designs. Added solar temples.
Interesting.
And they were part of bigger complexes.
Wow.
During the Middle Kingdom, they went back to mud brick.
Mud brick again.
Yeah.
So back to basics.
Back to their roots.
Wow.
For the core of the pyramid.
Okay.
But they kept the stone faces.
So it still looked like a pyramid.
It did.
Okay.
Maybe it was just more practical.
Right.
Mud brick was easy to work with.
Makes sense.
But then the biggest change came with the New Kingdom.
Okay.
The time of Tutankhamun.
Right.
They stopped building pyramids completely.
They did?
Yeah.
Why?
And they started making these rock-cut tombs hidden in the Valley of the Kings.
That's a big change.
It is.
So what happened?
Well, there are a few theories.
Okay.
Maybe they got tired of the tombs being robbed.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they wanted something more secure. Or maybe their beliefs changed.
Okay.
As the focus shifted from the sun gods
to
the god Amun of Thebes.
Interesting.
Whatever the reason.
Yeah.
The big pyramids were over.
Wow.
And they went underground.
So even something as iconic as a pyramid could go out of style.
Even pharaohs have to follow trends.
That's funny.
But even though they weren't building them anymore,
yeah,
the pyramid remained a powerful symbol for anyone who saw it.
Right.
It went beyond time and culture,
yeah,
inspiring awe and wonder.
So speaking of awe and wonder, how did the Great Pyramid influence other cultures?
Well,
did the Greeks and Romans just stare at it?
They were definitely influenced.
Or did they copy it?
Oh, it was a tourist attraction even back then.
Really?
Yeah, people would leave graffiti talking about how amazing it was.
Oh, that's funny.
Herodotus, he put it on his list of the 7 wonders of the world.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
And the Romans.
Yeah.
Borrowed a lot of ideas.
Did Rome get its own pyramid?
They did.
Really?
The Pyramid of Cestius.
Wow.
Is still there today.
In Rome?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is.
So people really liked this pyramid show.
They did.
Wow.
And it didn't stop there.
Oh.
It kept inspiring people.
Okay.
Architects, artists throughout history.
Like who?
Well, Napoleon.
Okay. Yeah.
He was obsessed with Egypt.
He was.
And then you see it in modern architecture.
Interesting.
Even cemetery design.
Wow. So the pyramid's legacy
is
still around.
It's everywhere.
Even in unexpected places.
It is.
It's really cool.
It is. It shows you that some ideas are just timeless.
They really are.
And they go beyond culture.
Yeah.
And they still inspire us today.
Thousands of years later.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we talked about how the pyramid influenced other cultures. But what did it mean to the ancient Egyptians themselves?
Right.
Beyond just being a tomb?
Well, the Great Pyramid was full of symbolism.
Okay. It reflected their understanding of the cosmos.
Okay.
And their beliefs about the afterlife.
So it was more than just a burial place.
It was a stairway to heaven.
A stairway to heaven.
Yeah. It helped the pharaoh ascend to the gods.
So it was about launching the pharaoh into eternity.
Yes, not just burying him.
That's intense.
It is.
So how did they show that?
Well, even the shape itself.
Okay. The shape.
With the point at the top reaching up.
Right.
And the sloping sides, like the sun's rays.
Yeah.
That symbolized their connection to Ra.
The sun god.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember those air shafts?
Yes. The mysterious air shafts.
Some scholars think that they were aligned with specific stars.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is.
So the whole pyramid was like
a giant calendar.
Yeah.
A map of the stars.
Etched in stone.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And it really shows how much they understood about astronomy.
Right.
And their belief that Earth and the cosmos were connected.
So the pyramid was like a bridge.
It was.
Between the world of the living and the divine.
It was a powerful symbol.
Wow.
So we have the stairway to heaven.
Yeah.
The sun symbol, right?
The cosmic map.
The royal tomb.
And the tomb.
All in one.
Wow. That's a lot of symbolism.
It is.
Backed into those stones.
It is. And that's why people have been fascinated by it.
Right. For so long.
For millennia.
Yeah.
But, maybe the most important part of the legacy is the scale and the ambition.
Right.
It shows us what humans are capable of.
Yeah. Makes you realize that humans have always wanted
to push boundaries.
Make something incredible.
To go beyond what they thought was possible.
And the Great Pyramid.
It's the perfect example.
Yeah.
It shows us our potential.
Oh, we can make big dreams happen.
Yeah, as long as we have vision, determination.
Wow, and collaboration.
Exactly.
Right.
Think about it. Yeah.
Thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Without any of the tools we have today.
Right.
They made this structure.
That's still standing.
It's incredible.
And it's still inspiring us.
Yeah, it shows you the power of teamwork.
And innovation.
Yeah.
Wow. It really makes you appreciate
it does.
Human ambition and collaboration.
Yeah, because we're still talking about it today.
We are.
Thousands of years later.
It's really a testament to
it is
a test of time.
Yeah. But before we go, I have one more question.
Okay, shoot.
We talked about all the practical stuff.
Yeah.
The symbolism, the legacy.
Right.
But what about the people who built it?
Yeah. What were their lives like?
That's a question that we've been asking
for a long time.
For years. And for a long time.
Yeah.
We thought they were slaves.
Right. Working in terrible conditions.
Yeah. But new evidence.
Like that scroll.
Like the Red Sea Scroll.
Yeah.
Is challenging that we're starting to see.
A different picture.
Okay.
These weren't just workers.
Right.
They were skilled people.
Yeah.
Craftsmen, engineers, organizers, who were proud of their work.
That's incredible to think about.
It is.
That these people,
whose
names we don't even know,
right?
made something.
That we're still talking about today.
Yeah, their skill and artistry.
Their dedication.
Deserve our respect.
Definitely. They were the unsung heroes
Yeah.
of the Great Pyramid.
And their legacy is just as important.
Absolutely.
As Khufu's.
Their story shows us the power of human ingenuity.
And the impact of working together.
Exactly. They really were, and I think that's something we often forget.
Yeah. It's easy to get caught up.
Yeah.
In like the big names and the pharaohs and all that.
Right.
But the everyday people.
They're the ones who made it happen.
Yeah, they're the ones who actually built it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I think we've covered a lot today.
I think so.
What do you think?
We've traveled back in time.
Yeah.
We've explored the history, the construction.
All the mysteries.
The mysteries.
The legacy of the Great Pyramid of Giza.
It's been a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
Into one of the most iconic structures in human history.
Definitely.
We've debunked some myths.
We have.
Uncovered some secrets.
Hopefully.
And hopefully given everyone a new appreciation.
A new sense of wonder.
Yeah.
For the ancient Egyptians.
Yeah. They were amazing.
They were.
And there's still so much more to learn.
There is.
I mean, new discoveries all the time.
All the time.
It's crazy.
It's changing what we know.
Right.
About this wonder.
That's what I love about history. It's always changing.
It's never over.
Always something new.
Exactly.
So to all our listeners out there.
Yeah.
Keep exploring.
Keep asking questions.
Stay curious.
Never lose that curiosity.
Yeah. Because the Great Pyramid shows us what we can do.
It does.
It's a reminder of our potential.
Human potential.
That we can achieve incredible things when we work together.
Yeah. With vision
and
collaboration.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, this has been amazing.
It has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
For this deep dive.
Of course.
Into the Great Pyramid.
Anytime.
And to everyone listening.
Yes.
If you enjoyed this episode.
Want to learn more.
Be sure to subscribe to The Deep Dive.
That's right.
We'll be back soon.
We will.
With another amazing topic.
Another journey of discovery.
Until then.
Yes.
Keep exploring.
Keep learning.
And keep those minds engaged.
Absolutely.